Dating apps can be confounding. He matches with you, but he doesn't text you. He texts you, but he doesn't ask you out. He asks you out, but he doesn't confirm the date. He takes you out, but he doesn't follow up afterwards, which leads me to today's reader question. He said he would confirm something with me last night for a Saturday night date. Nothing. Should I text him? If so, what should I say? My name is Marc Katz. I'm a dating coach for smart, strong, successful women and your personal trainer for love. Welcome to the Love You podcast. Keep listening to learn whether you should confirm a date by text and thank him afterwards. When we're done, I'll let you know about my Love You scholarship and how you can get 6 months of free private coaching from me just by sticking around till the end of this episode. So, my experience to deal with gender stereotypes, men tend to text for information rather than for connection, right? It's all a need to know basis. We're just trying to get information fast. What are you doing now? Want to hang out? It's just quick and to the point, where women want to connect more via text. It doesn't mean there are no men who do this, and it doesn't mean that women are wrong for wanting more connection. We're just talking about common difference we see between men and women in their texting styles. So it stands to reason that if a guy talks to you on the phone, hypothetically, on a Sunday night and asks you out for the following Saturday night, he might think, sweet, I got a date for Saturday night, which means he doesn't have to do anything between now and that date. Now, if I'm coaching him, I'm saying, hey, man, you want to keep in touch. You want to build trust, excitement, anticipation before the date, right? If I'm his dating coach, I'm telling him to make an effort in between. But guys are not turning to me for advice. So what do? They procure the date and they put it on the calendar and they're taken care of. They don't have to think too much about it until the day of the date. Do I like it when men don't confirm? No. Do I encourage that? No. Does it happen all the time? And is it a relatively victimless crime? Yes. We want to reward guys who confirm and act thoughtfully and consistently, but we don't want to punish guys who didn't get the memo because their needs are different than yours. He literally thought you had a meeting on the books, right? It's a pretty busy world, right? You go to work, you don't get a confirmation. Maybe you do, but you get a confirmation of every Monday morning meeting. You know you're meeting on Monday morning. It's understood. You don't need someone to remind you of it. This is the way the world operates, this very busy, distracted world. If it's the day before the date, you haven't heard from your guy, and you're starting to get anxious or worried or pissed or whatever emotion you're feeling, you do not, A, make other plans because you haven't heard from him, right? Some sort of punishment for failure to confirm. Or B, assume he's flaking out on you and write him some nasty text about how he blew it because he didn't confirm before the date. Right? And we don't want it to wait to get to the last minute. Right? There's no reason to wait to 2 hours before the date. Right? There's no reason to stand on ceremony and wait and boil and get anxious about it. We want to assume the best until there's evidence that we should not assume the best. So my recommendation for you, if you want to make the most of a dating situation instead of the least of a dating situation, especially considering it's someone you might like, day before the date, haven't heard from him, send him a text, assume the answer is yes. Hey Brad, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Just want to know what time I'm meeting you and where. Girl's got to plan her outfit. Am I right? That's not the point, right? The whole point is to keep it light. You don't have to use those words exactly, but that's the idea. It's not if he's going to see you. I haven't heard from you. What's going on? Are we still getting together? The answer is assuming that you are getting together and you're just here the day before to clarify the time and the place. If you don't hear back from him, for whatever reason, then, your worst fears are confirmed, and so what? It's just another guy. We don't worry too much about it, but you carried yourself with class and you carried yourself with confidence. This is all we're looking for. How do you treat other people? How do you leave other people? We're not defending bad guys. We're saying that unless he's actually flaked on you, he's still innocent until proven guilty, not otherwise. And chances are, if you write a text like this, right, and he was feeling on the fence, maybe, this kind of text is going to make him want to see you. He's going to feel encouraged to see you. All right, so it's a very effective way to communicate with men. Which brings me to whether you should send a text to someone the day after a date to thank him. It could probably be a separate video, but we're just going to do it here. So contrary to what a lot of people will tell you, and I don't mind being contrary, whether it's men giving advice or women giving advice, Try to give it the advice that works for the greatest number of people here. So apologies to the manners folks who think that it's both polite and necessary to send him a thank you the day after, as if you went to a friend's dinner party and you thanked her the next day. This is different. This is dating. So is it polite to send a thank you text? Of course, you can't argue with politeness. But it may have the opposite effect from what you're intending. So remember, what's a guy's job on the first date? What is he supposed to do on a first date? What would you like to see him do? He should make plans in advance. He should call and confirm. He should pick you up on time, be at the restaurant on time, ask you questions on the date, be polite to the waiter and maitre d', come up with an atmosphere that is not too divey, not too chain restaurant-y, and not too expensive, putting too much pressure. You want him to ask you questions. You want him to listen to your answers. There's a whole bunch of things that a guy has to do on a date, in addition to being a gentleman, not complaining about his ex, not complaining about Match.com, right? Not hijacking the conversation. There's a laundry list of things that you want a guy to do on the first date, right? That make him a good date, right? Your job in the first date, and this is a big piece of the first date section in week 8 of Love You, is to let him know that he's doing a good job and let him know you're attracted to him. Right? You don't have to memorize 20 things. Let him know he's doing a good job. Let him know you're attracted to him. So, if on the date, while you're together, you thanked him for calling and planning and paying, for his restaurant choice, for his clever conversation, for his funny story, for his beautiful eyes, and he kisses you at the end of the night and you reciprocate, right? And he said he wanted to see you again, and you said, that sounds great. If you did all that on the date, you don't have to do anything after the date. You're done. That's the point, because you're the CEO. The CEO doesn't have to follow up with the intern to thank the intern for the job interview. Let him miss you. Let him wonder. Let him follow up with you and wonder if he's going to get a second date after your incredible first date. So if you show him a great date, just give him the space to choose you again. It's confident, it's feminine, and it works far more effectively than chasing down men out of fear. I know there's going to be some pushback on this. I don't mind the pushback. I think usually people tend to operate from a place of fear and scarcity. So you say, I'm sending a thank you letter to be polite, but what are you really doing? You're afraid he's not going to call you, and you just want to go to the top of his inbox and remind him that you're alive. If you trust that you're an amazing date and you made him feel special on the date and made him feel desirable on the date and gave him a great first date, there's no reason that you have to follow up with him after that. He will do the work for you. And then you hold the cards and you can decide what happens next and whether you say yes or not. So take that to the bank. It'll work. Before we go, I want to talk about my Love You Scholarship. This is a Love You Master's Scholarship. It's private coaching. I've run this contest for 3-4 years now. I'm really proud of it. I give away one full private coaching scholarship to work with me for 6 months. I tend to offer, generally unadvertised, but about 10 other scholarships to be in Love You live group coaching with me. And so these are really valuable, time-intensive, value-intensive programs that change people's lives. And here's what I give to you in that. First of all, you get lifetime access to Love You, which is my 6-month signature system that teaches you everything you need to know about how to understand men and make better relationship choices. Half-hour of video a week. That's all I ask to teach you everything I know. So that's what you get in Love You. You have lifetime access to the program. You get 6 months in the Love You private Facebook group, right, filled with hundreds of other smart, strong, successful women. You get 6 months in Love You live group coaching, which is kind of my epic group coaching call. It's on Tuesday night, where you get to ask questions on a live Q&A. All calls are recorded and posted privately inside Love You if you can't make it. You get 6 months of Love You Masters coaching, which is small group private coaching on Wednesday night. We get to go a lot deeper than we do on the call, because the first call has, 30 people on it. The second call has like 5 or 6 people on it. So you get a lot more attention. So you could show up on Tuesdays, you could show up on Wednesdays, you could show up on both, you could show up on neither. The whole point is that you're being given access to all of these tools and getting all of this attention to hold your hand through the dating and relationship process. Plus, in this main scholarship offer, you get 3 one-on-one calls with me, just one-on-one, you and me for an hour, One of them, I'm going to write your online dating profile. I'm going to pay for professional photos for you. We're going to give you a complete rebrand. We're going to attract more men. We're going to attract higher quality men online. And I'm going to show you what to do with them to get the best possible results. And most importantly, instead of thinking about all the things you get in Love U, what you're really going to get is an education, a support system that is forever going to change your life. Soon you're going to operate from a place of confidence. You're going to be able to trust your own judgment, and you're going to be able to attract a man who takes care of you and loves you unconditionally for the rest of your life. All you have to do is click on the link in the show notes to get started. evanmarckatz.com/love-u-scholarship. I think that's what it is. When you're there, make me a 2-minute video saying why I should pick you out of everybody else who's applying. And if I choose you, I really look forward to getting you the love that you deserve in 2023. Thanks a lot. My name is Evan Marc Katz. Thanks for tuning into the Love U podcast. For more episodes like this on YouTube, click on the subscribe button, ring the bell, and choose all to get notified when new content comes out. And if you want a man who makes you feel safe, heard, and understood, go to www.evanmarckatz.com/apply. Watch my free video on how to fix your broken man picker. And when you're done, apply to Love U to join other smart, strong, successful women from around the world in a place where you could finally get the love you deserve. Thanks a lot.